All right, today we are going to break down one of the coolest things happening in AI right now, AI agents. We're going to look under the hood and see how AI goes from just being a chatbot to being an assistant that can actually do things for you. So let's get into it. I mean, have you ever really thought about it? How can your AI assistant actually check the live weather or go out and book a real flight? It feels like it should be impossible, right? Well, it's not magic. It's something called an AI agent. And honestly, how it works is way more interesting than any magic trick.
Yep, the secret sauce is the AI agent. And the best way to really get it is to build one ourselves, step by step. So for this explainer, we're gonna use a simple analogy. Let's head into the kitchen and put together our very own AI chef. Okay, here's the whole roadmap laid out for us. You'll see that every single AI agent is made up of these 5 key parts. It needs a brain to think, a blueprint to follow the rules, tools to actually do stuff, memory so it doesn't forget things, and a loop to tie it all together. We're gonna tackle each one using our chef analogy. First things first, let's meet the 2 most important parts of this whole operation. The chef, who does all the thinking, and the master recipe that guides their every move. So the brain of our agent, that's a large language model, or an LLM. Like GPT-4 or other big models. In our kitchen, this is the chef. It's the part that understands what you're asking, it reasons about the steps needed, and it comes up with a plan. This is the core intelligence driving everything. But a great chef can't just wing it every time. They need some guidance. That's where the blueprint comes in, which is really just a system prompt. Think of this as the chef's absolute master recipe. It tells the agent who it is, like, you are a helpful and friendly kitchen assistant, and it lays out the ultimate goal and all the ground rules. It's the core instruction manual. So our chef can think, and they've got a recipe. But how do they actually chop the carrots? How do they do anything? For that, we need to give our agent some hands. Right, a chef who can't hold a knife is really just a person standing in a kitchen with a lot of good ideas. For an AI agent, those knives are its tools. Now, technically, these are things called APIs that let the agent connect to the outside world. If you want to know the weather, it needs a weather API. If you need to search for something online, it needs a web search API. Tools are what turn thinking into doing. Okay, great. Our agent can think and it can act, but what happens when a task has like 5 different steps? It has to be able to remember what it's already done, right? It needs a memory. And memory really comes in 2 flavors. You've got short-term memory, which is kind of like a chef's mental scratch pad. It's for keeping track of the conversation you're having right now and the steps for the specific dish they're making. Then you've got long-term memory, which is like the chef's entire library of cookbooks, a huge knowledge base they can pull from for very specific information. Now, that process of looking through the cookbook library has a pretty technical name, Retrieval Augmented Generation, or just RAG. It's really just a fancy way of saying the agent looks something up in its own private library before giving you an answer. This is super important for making sure its answers are accurate and actually make sense in context. So we've got the brain, the blueprint, the tools, and the memory. But how do all these pieces actually work together in harmony? Well, that all happens during the cooking process itself, which in the world of AI is called the react loop. React is short for reason and act, and it's a really simple but powerful little cycle. First, the agent has a thought. Okay, I need to figure this out. Then it takes an action, which usually means using one of its tools. After that, it makes an observation. It looks at what happened as a result of its action. And based on that new info, it has another thought, and just repeats the whole cycle until the job is done. All right, enough with the theory. Let's actually put our AI chef to work. We're gonna give it a simple request and just watch this whole system we've built play out step by step. Let's do it. So here it is, the mission. A user asks a totally normal question, but it's something the AI can't possibly know on its own. It has to go out and interact with the real world to find the answer. And boom, here we go. The first step in the loop, a thought. The brain, our chef, immediately recognizes, hey, I don't know this off the top of my head, but I have the perfect tool for this job. I should use my weather tool. Next up, step 2, action. The agent doesn't just sit there, it actually follows through on its plan. It calls the weather tool and specifically passes in the parameter Tokyo. It's literally picking up the right knife for this specific task. Now for the third step, observation. The tool does its thing and sends back the data. And just like that, our agent has a brand new piece of information to work with. It's not just guessing in the dark anymore, it has cold, hard, real-world data. The loop starts again with another thought. The agent looks at the new data and has this aha moment. Okay, the tool told me it's raining. I have exactly what I need to answer the user's question. My work here is done. And finally, the agent takes everything it's learned and puts it all together into a perfect, simple, and most importantly, accurate answer for the user. Mission accomplished. The dish has been served. So let's just do a quick recap of the AI agent we just built. We started with the brain, which is our LLM chef. We gave it a blueprint, which is its system prompt recipe. We gave it some tools, the API knives. We added memory, its scratch pad, and we put it all together with the loop. That's the React cooking cycle. And there you have it. That is the basic anatomy of an AI agent. See, it's not some crazy black box magic. It's a pretty logical step-by-step process. So I guess that just leaves one last question for you. Now that you have the recipe, what are you gonna build?